So let's imagine these leaks are actually accurate. If that's the case, are we going to get Overwatch 2, or will it be some form of expansion? Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the channel. I am Stylosa. So there's been a little bit of discussion recently about Overwatch potentially going free to play, and Slasher, who actually broke the article on ESPN with all of this information, he actually did clarify and say he doesn't think it's going to be called Overwatch 2, it might be something else, or in fact, it could be like the second phase of Overwatch. Now, I'm great friends with Hame. You guys know him. He's the lore guy. He's absolutely insane. He knows everything about Overwatch. Believe you me, I watched this guy grill the devs on lore. He knows more than the devs, and he's just mental. Anyway, he put a tweet out, and I replied to his tweet and said, actually, wouldn't it be really cool if this new Overwatch, whatever it is, was called Overwatch Second Strike? Now, the reason why I think that's cool is, if you guys remember, First Strike was the lore which was kind of canned at the beginning of Overwatch's life, and then we kind of got what happened now, and now we're going into this new sort of era of Overwatch. But the thing is, guys, right, are Blizzard going to sell Overwatch 2? And is Overwatch 2 just going to be Overwatch 1, but with this additional PvE story mode, these new PvP mode, new heroes? What about Overwatch 1? Will there be some sort of segregation happening? And this is really weird when you think about it, because obviously we don't have the details of this, and obviously these leaks could be fake, but we are operating on the fact they probably are fairly accurate because it was on ESPN, and if they are fake leaks, they're hella good leaks. I'm not gonna lie, they are some literally the best fake leaks ever produced. It'd be insane. So the big question is, how did Blizzard do this? What is the plan? Well, one way of doing this would be Overwatch goes free to play. Now, just bear with me, right? So the game we've got right now goes free to play. But then what happens is this additional Overwatch stuff is then bought as expansion packs and is plugged into the game. So you guys can imagine, you look at the menu screen, you've got play, you click on the play card, the play button, and it shows you the cards. Maybe one of those cards will be the mission packs for Overwatch 2 or whatever's happening with that. I don't think it's called Overwatch 2, but then I see the logo, and the logo's got a 2 in it, but then is that even the logo? All these things going around in my head. Anyway, the point I was trying to make is, it could go free to play the base game, and then they sell you expansions that plug into the game. That way, you keep all of your progression, because it's clear from these leaks that if they are true, the game isn't just getting rid of the hero roster, it's staying the same. Do these heroes, or your cosmetics for the heroes, do they transfer over to the new game, or are they simply lost and we get a full suite of new skins? Surely that would be mad, right? Now think about Blizzard's history. Blizzard make expansion packs. They're one of the only game companies left that make full-on expansion packs for games. Now, the way an expansion pack works is you have to buy it, or the game, well, it kind of really isn't playable anymore. And it is, but you miss out on a lot of the new content. So they're basically charging you for new content, and that's fine. But then when we look now at like the way things happen, if you look at Destiny, which I think is a great example here, and remember, Destiny, or Bungie, was part of Activision Blizzard until earlier on this year. So they probably spoke to each other about this. You know, you can imagine the developers talking back and forth saying, hey, this is what we do, this is a good idea. But the whole point with Destiny is they release updates or expansions, but they're kind of like little story mission kind of packs. There's a few dungeons, there's new items, there's new raids, and they plug it in every now and again. And it keeps the game fresh. There's new stuff to do. Of course, if you are a diehard player of Destiny, you'll buy this stuff straight away because you want to keep current. And the other thing as well is, if there are items in the Overwatch PvE, then, well, that would be another way of convincing you to buy this stuff, because they could put those items sort of behind a paywall in a way, because you'd have to buy the expansion to get access to it, if that's how they do it. Now, of course, Overwatch 2 or Overwatch Second Phase, Overwatch whatever this is, could just be one big fat expansion that you literally walk in and buy, and it lasts you for the next 4 years, like Overwatch lasted us for 4 years or 3 years. I always say 4 because I swear to God I've played it for 4 years. I'm sure I have. Yeah, no, I know I have because of the closed beta, but 3 years a live game. Maybe that's what they do again. Think about the sales for Overwatch, right? 40 million copies of the game were sold. So that means there's 40 million people out there who probably might buy the game again. And also there might be more people because this is a new Overwatch, right? Or looks like a new Overwatch. So people come in and buy it and then we start again. So that's the other way it could go. So to just recap, because I am this is really complicated and it's really difficult to get all of this sort of stuff out without kind of mangling it together, because like some of it bleeds into other parts. So first thing, game goes free to play and then they sell mini expansion packs, right? Cool. Second thing, the game is not free to play. Overwatch is just Overwatch, but maybe at a reduced price. But when you buy this Overwatch 2, or whatever it ends up being called, it replaces Overwatch effectively, and that's the game we're going to play for the next 4 years. and whatever content updates come out will just come out. Now, there's another massive gremlin, ladies and gentlemen, in the room here, and this is the loot box. The loot box system in Overwatch right now is probably really bad for making money. Now, companies like to make money. Blizzard likes to make money, ladies and gentlemen. Activision definitely likes to make money, ladies and gentlemen. So the thing is here, are they going to change the store? Will the store get rid of the loot box? Will it go to a system which is you can buy the skins directly? Now, maybe you could say there are sort of little things like this already in the game. When you look at the skins for the Halloween event, which is running right now, you've got the event skins, where the special like mini event skins, I guess I can call them, where you have to win 9 games to unlock the skin. Now, that's showing you limited time skin systems in the game. Now, maybe they expand on that. So maybe the store will look something completely different to what we're used to now. Instead of buying loot boxes, it maybe looks like Fortnite's kind of store, and you just click on stuff and go, hey, I want to buy this, I want to buy that, I'm going to get this weapon skin, I'm going to get this, I don't know, new pair of goggles for Tracer, maybe that's the way they go. The question is, would you guys agree with that, right? Especially if they try and sell you an expansion as well. So this is where it all gets messed together, because it's like, what is the monetization plan for Overwatch? Because it's got a monetization problem. The game sold really well and then made, okay, a lot of money off loot boxes, but it didn't make as much money as if it was pumping out games every year, like maybe Call of Duty does, or how Fortnite does it with every week there's new stuff in the store. Blizzard don't do that, right? Because that's not how the game was designed. And even when Overwatch launched, everybody was kind of, a bit heated towards it because they were selling a game that had loot boxes in it. And traditionally, loot boxes were kept for games which were free to play, but Overwatch you had to buy. So it was kind of, well, hang on, we have to buy stuff in the game as well. But the thing that Overwatch did, and Overwatch, I'm honestly, yes, okay, I've covered a lot of Overwatch, I enjoy the game, but their loot box is probably the best loot box in the entire industry, because you can earn credits to buy the loot boxes, or even just to directly buy the skins. So, well, you don't buy the loot box, do you? That's wrong. I will correct myself, ladies and gentlemen. I do know what I'm talking about. You get loot boxes through playing the game, but you can buy the skins directly with the in-game currency you get from playing the game, which you then get from the duplicate items out the loot boxes as well. And remember, very early in Overwatch's life, they did change up the loot box system, so it was more favorable and gave you more stuff. So, do they change that, right? And this brings us back to the original point of this video. The original argument is, how the hell is this going to be sold? Is this literally Overwatch 2? At which point it replaces Overwatch 1. So Overwatch 1 is thrown away, nobody plays that anymore. But everything from Overwatch 1 is now available in Overwatch 2. What happens if you don't buy Overwatch 2? Can you still play Overwatch? What happens if the base game is now free to play, and then you can buy these story mode expansions, and then that's beautiful? If this PvP mode, push apparently it's called, which in my head I'm kind of seeing like a tug of war thing, like the payload going back and forward. If that is new at BlizzCon, maybe that just gets added to Overwatch, not Overwatch 2. Maybe the 2 next to Overwatch doesn't actually mean Overwatch 2. Maybe the logo's fake, but let's just roll with it and say it's not. If it's not fake, maybe the 2 is like, this is the second era of Overwatch, the second phase. So actually, it's not a new game at all. They just keep giving us the content. There's all this stuff going on, ladies and gentlemen. It is massively complicated when you think about it. But I think if I was Blizzard and I was trying to chase money, right, because this is what they need to do, they've got to make the stockholders happy and the shareholders. First thing I'd look at is declining viewership with Overwatch League, right? And then I'd look at declining player base, because there must be a declining player base. Now, we know this as players of Overwatch because, well, we play the game less, right? So it's really simple to work that out. Also, you can look around at things like the amount of viewers on an Overwatch League stream, maybe the amount of viewers on YouTube channels, people watching streams. You can see people are kind of bored of Overwatch as it is right now. So it does need spicing up. So the other thing you look at as well is your loot box system isn't the best. You could probably make more money off that. But also, people want new content. And how do you do that? Well, what you do is you sell an expansion, you make the game go free to play, you sell an expansion, which is a story mode type of expansion that people have to buy, maybe, not a full price game, maybe it's like $40 or so. And you get a bunch of content which is added into Overwatch. The store is then changed in Overwatch, so skins are coming out all of the time. They're not linked to seasonal events. Seasonal events, I mean, at this point, I think people wouldn't really care if they just got rid of seasonal events. I don't think they'll do that. But imagine if they did, and then the loot boxes were gone and the loot was just tied every week. Every week we're getting new skins, new stuff popping out. I think that would be really cool. But at the end of the day, that would maximize the income, you see, because you're hitting a lot of bases here. Game goes free to play means more players, means more people watching Overwatch League, means more money from sponsors, right? Also, just means more people playing the game, so more people to buy loot. Don't sell them loot boxes anymore because people don't like loot boxes. What they want to do is buy skins directly. Now, just let them click on the skins and buy them, exactly like Fortnite. Most likely they'll keep in the currency system, and then you'll just be able to buy it. So you'll just buy credits, which is like every other free-to-play game out there. But then you've got to sell people stuff. And like I said in this video as well, think about Bungie, think about Destiny. What happened to Destiny recently? Destiny went free to play, and then what did they do? Sell an expansion as they went free to play. That might be the play here from Overwatch, guys. This is all going to be worked out, I'm sure, in the next week or so. When we get to BlizzCon, all of this will be laid bare, and we'll look back at these videos and be like, what the hell were we talking about? We might look back at these leaks and go, what the hell? This was just an absolutely ridiculous fake. Everyone was like ultra debated to the levels we've never ever seen before, like mental stuff. Or we could be sitting here with Overwatch, a completely different Overwatch that looks different and is just the future of the game. But I have got a lot of questions here. So I mean, I can't wait to get to BlizzCon. I can't wait to start talking to devs, interviewing devs, and all that stuff, making video content with them to try and work out what's going on. I'm sure whatever they announce is going to be pretty damn good, and I'm sure when they announce it, they'll probably do their best to explain what's going on. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Stylosa, and this is Unit Lost. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, remember you can follow me on Twitter, which is @Stylosa. It's also @Stylosa on Instagram. And guys, if you've made it this far in the video, I am now traveling to LA for BlizzCon. We go out earlier with the World Cup teams because we have to do a bunch of stuff with the players a couple of days before BlizzCon starts. So yeah, there might be a couple of gaps in videos, but stay tuned because there'll probably be some pretty big announcements coming fairly soon. All right, guys, catch you on the next one. Toodaloo.